It's Jess.
Hi! This week I thought it would be fun to talk about zodiac signs, specifically my zodiac chart. So we have a professional here. I have my mom, Lisa Bertolini here. She's going to review basically what is going on with each of the zodiac signs and specifically in my chart.
Hi!
All right, so my mom is an owner of a shop called Intuitive Home Solutions. I'll link the link down below.
Jessica was born July 31st, 1992 at 11:16, and so her sign is a Leo. And as your sun sign, so Leo is a fire sign. And a Leo is a leader, they're loyal, they're honest, and they struggle a little bit with pride and disdain. When I say disdain, it's really because Leo, that's a zodiac sign of royalty, the king of the savannah. Just think about that, how royalty, some royalty feel that they are above the rest of those that are under them. The people that are beneath them, they feel are unworthy. And so that's just one of the attributes of Leo. It doesn't necessarily mean that describes Jessica or any other Leo, really. It's just one of those things that's a part of the traditional astrological reading for a Leo. Okay, so the sun sign is all about who you are at your core. And so the sun, if you imagine a circle, right? And then the center of the circle is the core. That's your sun sign. And then you have an outer circle around that, and that's your rising sign, your ascending sign. And that's the outer circle. So it's going to show your first impression. So what people think first when they look at you. And then in between those two circles, in that space, is the moon sign, and that's where your emotional center is. While the sun sign is typically viewed as the concrete parts of who you are, there's no need to fear if there's an attribute that you're not fond of, or you think, oh, well, I don't really think that's me. You don't have to worry about that, because you have so many other wonderful things going on in your chart at the same time. And the negative attributes of any sun sign can be improved upon with support from your moon sign, your rising sign, and all the other planets. The pride, just meaning, the group of lions that are living together, rather than pride like, oh, I'm the best there is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
But then, you have the other side of the coin of pride, and that could just mean that you're confident. And Leos are confident.
It's a nice way of putting it. Okay, so you're saying that, a Leo can be very proud, and that they also can be very energetic, and they have a lot of positive attributes too. But I've had a lot of people, when they find out that I'm a Leo, that they kind of don't believe it. They don't think that I am presenting as a Leo. Why is that?
The day that you were born, there's a zodiac that was coming up on the eastern horizon when you were born. And so that's called your rising sign or your ascendant, and yours is an Aries. So people might think that you're an Aries before they think you're a Leo. So your rising sign is the first impression that people get of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I've actually heard people say before that they think I'm an Aries when they first meet me. What does being an Aries rising mean?
So Aries is simple, straightforward, and independent. And I always think of a Leo as being independent as well. When you have a male lion and a pride, they're typically the only one, so they're independent. And so then we have Aries and Leo at the same time. And I think that's really great for you as a woman, because being an independent woman in today's society is celebrated more than it was a generation ago.
All right, awesome. So what is the wavy line you talked about in the middle? What is that about?
Okay, so in between the two circles then is your moon sign. And the moon is a water element. And so the wavy lines I think of like just little waves of the ocean. And the moon sign, for you in particular, yours is Virgo. And a moon sign is what controls or governs your emotions. And that is more, it's surface, but it's really more in-depth emotions that you don't normally show people. Things like your fight and flight response. They're the really deep emotional things that can be triggered. And then you have your knee-jerk reactions. Those are your hidden emotions. And so that falls under your moon sign, and yours is Virgo, which is an earth sign, which is really great for you because you're fire rising and fire sun. So now you have an earth Virgo in your moon sign that can help ground your emotions and help to not let your fire get out of control.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. So we've talked about what my sun sign is, what my moon sign is, and also about what the next zodiac that was coming up over the horizon when I was born is, which is what rising or ascendant means. So what about the other planets?
First of all, we would look at Mercury, and Mercury is all about intelligence and communication, and your Mercury is in Leo. So here you have another fire in your natal chart. So you have your sun and your rising and your Mercury in fire. And so your intelligence and your communication is going to have that fiery aspect to it. But also, since Mercury governs communication, that's your throat chakra. And so the throat chakra is both vibrant and deep, and typically corresponds to colors like deep blue to light turquoise. And so some gemstones that can help you with communication, especially since you have so much fire in your chart, I would say use like aquamarine, amazonite, and blue fluorite to work with anything that you have going on when it comes to communication. So after that is Venus, and Venus is all about love and beauty and appreciation for devotion. And your Venus is in Leo, and then now you have more fire, which we keep talking about.
I'm very Leo.
And so it's all about love, intelligence, and beauty. And with your Venus in Leo, you might tend to be flamboyant in how you love others. And so at your core, you're fire. With your communication, you're fire. And with your love, you're in fire. So you just don't love quietly. You're passionate, loyal, and creative in how you show and communicate love to others.
That sounds nice. That sounds nice.
Okay, so then the next planet is Mars. And your Mars is in Gemini, which is an air sign. And so that's all about the energetic mind, inspiring others, and leading through spoken and written word. Mars is all about physical energy, sex drive, and how you fight. And so yours is in Gemini, and this air sign offers its support to your life and how your energy is spent. Gemini does a lot of work in the mind before things become a reality, and so you will be thinking a lot about things before you put them into action, before you manifest them.
I am a planner.
Yeah, and that's really great, and that's the part of the Gemini aspect that is so good, is because everything is going on in the mind. And so anything that requires a lot of time and energy for you, you're going to really think it through before you start to put that plan into action, which is really a positive thing for you. So the next planet is Jupiter, and your Jupiter is in Virgo, which is an earth sign. You can make a success out of any hobby. You're analytical, and you have strong common sense. Jupiter is all about luck, optimism, success, and generosity. And I think that's such a great pairing for Jupiter and Virgo to be together, because Virgo is also very successful and generous and reaching out. And so that's a really great combination, I think, to have together. It really shows that everything is going to work in your favor when it comes to your success and what you want to do in life for your career. I think that the Virgo constellation is going to lend some savvy thinking as you plan your pathway to success.
Nice. And I like how you talked about making a career out of, what'd you say, creative? Oh yeah, a hobby. And I'm a cake decorator, and that's always been something that I really enjoyed. So that's really interesting.
Absolutely. And so then the next planet is Saturn. And your Saturn is in Aquarius, which is an air sign. Talent for dealing with people. Obstacles give you wisdom for life. And you're an aggressive leader. Saturn is all about responsibility, hard work, and discipline. So Aquarius is a sign of visionary prowess, and couple that with the hardworking Saturn, and you have some tremendous goals to achieve. And since you're a fixed Leo with your Saturn in fixed Aquarius, which can create an amazing steadfast spirit for you, but the element of air in Aquarius and the fire element of Leo can cause quite a firestorm. So you want to allow the attributes of your Jupiter and Virgo to help you carefully plan out the best path as you pave the way for others around you. You wouldn't want to start an uncontrollable forest fire, but you can create a renewed path with a controlled burn that can change the world. We have Uranus, which is in Capricorn, and that's an earth sign. Constructive energy, strong will to succeed, needs to be an authority, and ability to organize people. Uranus is all about change, originality, and surprises in life. So the planet of Uranus can bring surprises in life, but Capricorn here can turn any surprise into a strong will to succeed. The constructive energy of Capricorn can put you ahead of the pack with how originality is in how you run your race. You're a leader as a Leo, as it is, And here you have more leadership influence with the Capricorn's ability to help you organize people toward a common goal that benefits everyone.
Well, that's very nice. I like to think there's another more about originality and creativity. That's really cool.
Okay, so next we have Neptune. Your Neptune is in Capricorn, which is Earth. Practical, thorough, courageous toward a purpose, and Earth conscious. Neptune governs mystery, illusion, mysticism, and hidden memory. And so then we come to the last planet, and that's Pluto, and your Pluto's in Scorpio, which is a water sign. And now Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. So as a Leo, this could make you a revolutionary, a destroyer of old ideas to make room for a collective new mind to influence an entire generation. Pluto is about death and rebirth, regeneration, destruction, and transformation. And so I know some of those words sound kind of scary, but when you think about it, when something is destroyed, it paves way for something new to be transformed. So try not to think of it as a definitive end of everything. It just means that sometimes something has to die before something new can begin, right? Just like the fruit that falls from the tree and it dies. But then as the fruit decomposes and the seed gets swallowed by the earth, what happens? Then a new tree can be born.
Right.
So it's kind of like that. So Pluto is the only planet in your natal chart that's a water sign.
I was just going to point that out. Like, what does that mean?
Pluto rules Scorpio anyways, and Scorpio is a very stern kind of zodiac. They're not your average water-inspired sign of emotions. Scorpio is more of a strong, they have a strong penetrating mind and a strong will. And since Pluto is the planet of destruction and death, you'll need to use caution with it being in Scorpio. Scorpio can be ruthless about getting its own way, and that kind of power in Pluto can become destructive. So you'll want to lean heavily into the balance of your other planetary elements to navigate your future. So Scorpio is your only water element.
Interesting.
But when we go over your houses, which we don't have time for today, but when we go through your attributes in your houses that I think are going to help you to find more balance in that area.
Okay, awesome. I'm looking forward to that. So what's your kind of overall take, like conclusion of my zodiac chart?
Okay, so my conclusion recommendations for your natal chart. You have a lot of strong influence with fire and earth. You have, just a touch of air. I think you have two of them were air, and then you only have the one that's water. So I would say that it would be beneficial for you to spend time with people who have their sun and moon signs in Cancer and Pisces. Because those are going to be the water signs that really help to inspire the emotions for you, since you don't have a lot of water in your chart. And then there's two common themes that I see running throughout your chart. I went through everything, and with a colored pencil I started circling the themes that I see repeating themselves throughout your chart. And so what I was seeing was success and leadership. And then one of the things that I saw to help you improve upon is your people skills, because being a successful leader requires excellent people skills. And your Mercury and Leo can create some obstacles for you because you have so much fire in your chart. I would say watch some videos by motivational speakers that specialize in creating solid communication skills, and you can work with lapis lazuli for that.
I have that too. Okay, I think those all sound like really good, helpful tips. This has like really been a lot more than I thought it would be as far as like in-depth explanations. I really, really enjoyed this.
Okay, great.
All right, guys. Well, that's all the time we have for today, but we will be making a second video at some point in the future that goes over houses and aspects and all these other different terms that you might have heard of, or if you did your own natal chart and you see some things that you don't really understand that she's gonna explain to us in another video. But I will link some of the things that she mentioned down below, her Intuitive Home Solutions main website. And make sure to share this video with anyone else who has any maybe a lot of fire in their chart, or maybe not a lot of water in their chart, or just who are interested in birth charts and zodiacs in general. And maybe I'll also link down below, because I've made some other videos in collaboration with Intuitive Home Solutions on their YouTube page, which go very in depth as to what each zodiac sign's like basic elements are as far as their personalities. So maybe I'll link that down below too. I put out new videos every Monday, so make sure you have the like and subscribe button and 1-2 punch, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!